Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Eldritch Horror Rise of the Elder Things, where we're now on turn 10. So let's have a quick recap of where everybody is. Our first player this turn will be Wendy Adams, and she is here at the City of the Elder Things. After her it will be Jenny Barnes, who is just in shot here at the lake camp. Then it will be Rex Murphy, who is currently in Tokyo. And finally, it will be Monterey Jack, who is here in Shanghai. Well, we've got we've got 3 gates on the board. We've got one at the Himalayas, which is guarded by a Loigor. We've got a gate in London, which is guarded by a flying polyp. And we have got Larry, Curly and Mo, who are guarding the gate at the Amazon. Ooh. So, in addition to that, what else is there? Well, Doom is currently at 15, so that is fine for the moment. We have the Omen track is currently on the green comet symbol, so that's not too bad. And we have the Expedition down in Sydney, and we also have a rumour, Madness from the Sea. Now, I did put it up here. That is space 2. I should have put it on space 3. So I've moved it now. It's down here on space 3. Another thing I got slightly wrong last turn was I had Jenny take a debt condition so she could get an extra 2 successes when she was actually acquiring assets. Well, I couldn't actually do that. Although you can acquire assets at the lake camp, it is not actually a city space, and it has to be a city space for her to be able to gain a debt condition. So I've bounced that back. She's still going to take the curiosity shop, so the lightning gun, that's fine, she's still got that, but she hasn't got the Vatican missionary because she didn't take the debt condition. I've put the Vatican missionary down here, and what was there, the protective amulet, has gone back into the deck. So couldn't take a debt condition because she wasn't on a city space. There are no banks in lake camp apparently, so that is what we've done there. Well, I think that is it for the recap, so let's see what happened previously on Rise of the Elder Things. Wendy and Jenny squeezed each other tight. "Now you take care out there this time," Jenny said. "I know I gave you that rabbit foot for luck, but I want you to take this." Jenny took a ring from her finger and gave it to Wendy. "This will mean I'm always close and thinking of you. I've had Richard prepare a dog sled, as I want your journey to be as comfortable as possible." A tear filled Wendy's eye. "Thank you so much. I'm going to miss you." Wendy hugged Jenny again. Wendy and Richard set off. She watched with a heavy heart as the camp got smaller and faded out of sight, but she knew that she had to get back to the plateau now that the chanting had stopped. She was going to miss Jenny, Max and Sarah. They had become good friends in the time they had spent together during her recovery. It started to snow again, and it wasn't long before the white wasteland stretched out all around them. The cold bit at Wendy's face and crept under her clothes. Soon all she could think of was the freezing numbness and dread that had eaten away at her mind as she lay out here dying. She called on all her strength and willpower to push those thoughts far from her mind. Thinking of the friends she had left back at the camp and the ring that Jenny had given her gave her a new resolve and determination to push on. "Look," Richard shouted, "in the distance. It's the city." Wendy and Jenny squeezed each other tight. "Now you take care out there this time," Jenny said. "I know I gave you that rabbit foot for luck, but I want you to take this." Jenny took a ring from her finger and gave it to Wendy. "This will mean I'm always close and thinking of you. I've had Richard prepare a dog sled, as I want your journey to be as comfortable as possible." A tear filled Wendy's eye. "Thank you so much. I'm going to miss you." Wendy hugged Jenny again. Jenny held back her tears to give Wendy courage as she watched her depart. The dog sled team, carting the young adventurer, eventually faded from sight. "So, we going now?" Max grumbled from not far off. Jenny turned to him and could have sworn he was wiping a tear from his eye. She offered him a warm smile. Yes, it's time we got out of the cold and found a place with some good bubbly. First though, I saw a travelling wagon full of curiosities. I want to check that out. I was looking for medical supplies, ma'am, Sarah the physician stated. The man who owns the wagon had the most curious gun. He said it was magic, and I know how fond of guns you seem to be. The three made their way across the camp. A means to an end, Sarah, that's all they are, and they are simply fun to shoot. Max, can you go prepare for our trip? The bodyguard left them with a nod. Later, Max, Jenny shouted, entering the encampment main base. The big man looked up to see a flustered Jenny holding, of all things, a Tommy gun. Add this to our collection, dear. Oh, and this, she said, slinging a strange gothic-looking gun from her back. He eyed it curiously. She clapped giddily. It's a lightning gun, and it actually works. I got to test it out. It's simply fascinating. Full of surprises you are, ma'am. And the Tommy gun? Max inquired. Jenny waved him off. Oh, that was nothing. Some silly man was waving it about and scaring people, but he ended up giving it to little old me. She struck a pose and batted her eyelashes. Anyway, rumour has it we should head to the Miskatonic outpost. Time to be off. Jenny had a pang of doubt about leaving Wendy so soon. She looked off into the snowy bleakness and hoped she was doing the right thing. Rex Murphy was a little stunned, to say the least. Upon arrival in Tokyo, he had used his contacts and asked around. After a quick visit to meet with Min Thai Fan, who had been secretary to one of Ursula's friends, he had been given a few leads. It was refreshing to be in a country where the supernatural was regarded with a little more respect than might be the case elsewhere. Put in touch with a fearsome young woman called Yoshiko Kawashima, Rex was mildly alarmed to receive what turned out to be an in-depth grilling. Satisfied, she had eventually agreed to help him. It was only later that Rex worried about what might have actually happened should he have not been quite so persuasive. As it was, Yoshiko and some of her associates had sailed to the mainland in pursuit of the fire vampire that Min Thai Fan had warned Rex about. They returned in 3 days, with its remains still sparking in a jar. It seemed that Wendy Adams' father had been right all along. Rex should have given the man's story more credence when they had met briefly at Ursula's Amazonian camp the previous year. But Rex had been there to interview Ursula, and as Ursula herself had been a little sceptical, Rex had just listened politely at the time and given no further thought to the rather wild-eyed Adams. Rex felt a little ashamed now, but at least he had been able to send Wendy some information on Leng via Min. Rex would have liked to have stayed in Tokyo, but Min had mentioned a lead in Jakarta that might be worthwhile following up. Rushing down from the Himalayan range, away from the monstrosity that had emerged from nowhere, Jack felt his hand suddenly get pricked by the sacrificial dagger. Suddenly he felt a surge of power as he felt his knowledge of magic and sorcery increase. He also felt fire surging in his hands, as well as an increased understanding of how things worked in the world, and the feeling that a celestial being had suddenly turned its eyes towards him expectantly. Recollecting themselves, the trio made their way to Shanghai. Later on, Jack received word from the Shanghai Museum regarding the possibility of helping them catalogue a shipment of old texts. While normally he'd enjoy a day or two poring over dusty old tomes, Jack knew that time was of the essence in regards to the mission he'd found himself involved with. He sent a return message, regretfully turning down the invitation, but with word saying that he should be available soon, if his line of research panned out. Later that night, Jack and the others dreamed of a sunken city rising up out of the ocean, its statuary similar to the image of the elder god that had granted him his boon of magic. Jack opened his eyes to find himself standing on a cliff overlooking the ocean. This is an unexpected turn of events, Jack said to himself. And here we are at the action phase with Wendy. What is she going to do? Well, for her first action, she's going to do a local action, which is test observation. She's going to try and pick up a clue here at the City of the Elder Things. Let's put that there. She has an observation of 4. Come on, Wendy, let's do it. A 5, that's a success. Brilliant stuff. Right, so she gets a clue. There we go, she's got a clue. She now has 2 clues, which is enough for the mystery. Excellent. Right, so second action. She is going to move to the plateau of Leng using her dog sled. So there she is at the plateau of Leng. Because she's used the dog sled, that means she gets an additional action. And for that additional action, she is going to gain a focus. And that is it for Wendy's actions. Next up, Jenny Barnes. And here we are with Jenny. For her first action, she is going to move to the Miskatonic Outpost. Once there, for her second action, she too is going to gain a focus token. And that is it for her. Right, our third player is Rex Murphy. So let's get over to Tokyo. And here we are with Rex in Tokyo. His first action, he is going to rest, which will gain him a stamina and 2 sanity because he has the psychoanalyst. So that puts him up to 6 stamina and 6 sanity, which is fabulous. And for his second and final action this turn, he is going to move down here to space 20. Excellent stuff. Right, next up, Monterey Jack. And here we are with Monterey. First thing Monterey is going to do is he's going to prepare for travel and get himself a ship ticket. Then he is going to move to space 20 along with Rex, but he's going to spend his ship ticket and he's going to carry on and go down here to Sydney, which will be very nice. So there he is in Sydney with the expedition and a clue. That is it for his action phase, and that is it for the investigator's action phase. Next up, it's the encounter phase. And here we are with Wendy, our first player for the encounter phase. Now what she's going to do is she's going to try and put an Eldritch token on the mystery here. In order to do that, it means she has to do an Otherworld encounter. So let's get the Otherworld encounter deck. Give it a quick shuffle. And a cut. And it's Lost Carcosa. You grow frustrated walking through the empty streets, able to hear people talking and laughing nearby but unable to catch up to them. You try to focus and distinguish specific words from the mingling conversations. Observation test. We like that because she's got good observation. Let's put that there. Can we see it? Yes, we can. So 4 dice. Come on, Wendy. And she gets a 5. Woo! She passes. We love it. Righto. So let's get to the pass condition. The words you hear sound familiar to something you've read. You try and recall their significance. Test law. Right. Law, eh? Her law is 3. So that's not too bad. Oh, she gets a 6. That fell out. Let's make sure we don't hit the 6. Well, we did, but we get 2 successes. Doesn't matter. Ha-ha! Well done, Wendy. If you pass, use the words to close this gate. Super. There's the fail. And that was the card. There isn't actually a gate, but in passing that, that does mean we have a quick look at the mystery. As an encounter, an investigator on the Plateau of Leng may attempt to bind the Dark God to another world. He draws and resolves another world encounter. If the effect allows him to close this gate, which it did, spend 1 clue to place 1 Eldritch token on this card. So, Wendy is going to spend that clue she just got in the action phase. When I can find it. There it is. So we'll discard that. We will get an Eldritch token, and there's now a single Eldritch token on the mystery. Brilliant. It's about time we started solving the mysteries again. Brilliant. So that is it for Wendy. Next up, Jenny Barnes. And here's Jenny Barnes at the Miskatonic Outpost. So we're going to have to do a research encounter. We'll put that in there. Can we see it? We can. And it's an Antarctic research encounter because we are in Antarctica. So where are they? They are here. So Miskatonic Outpost, it's this one. An elder thing is tearing apart the camp. The git! Searching for something. You stay hidden and watch the creature. Test observation. Right, what's her observation? I think it's quite good. It is. It is 3. Is there anything else that helps her? No, I think that's it. 3, but she does have a focus token. We may as well use these 3. Oh, look at that again. Yes. Keep those hot dice. If you pass, you see it gathering small black seeds. Gain this clue. Woohoo! And there is the fail condition for those that want to look. And that is the full card. But she's gained the clue. That is excellent. We need that for this rumour. So she has picked that up. And that is fabulous. Put it on a player tray. Is there any room with all the stuff she's got? Coolness. Righto. So after Jenny, it is Rex Murphy. And here we are with Rex. He too is going to do a research encounter, but he isn't in Antarctica, so it's the normal deck, the Elder Things research deck. Here it is. And it's a city, I believe, yes. It is, isn't it? It is. Focus. The city is alive with rumours of alien beings. Test observation. Let's put this in here. And what's his observation? It is 2. Does he? And it's a city space, so his urban guide comes in. Yep, so he gets an additional test. Gets an additional dice, so that's 3 dice again. So let's use these 3 again. Ah, 6. Brilliant. Woohoo! Rolling hot today. If you pass, you find a reliable source that points you towards a suspected hideout. Gain this clue. And there is the fail condition. And there is the full card. Anybody who wants to look. And he gains this clue. We are on fire, baby. So he now has a clue. That's great. We currently have, currently have 1, 2, 3 clues for Jenny, Rex and Monterey. So we only need 1 more, and then we've got the 4 that we need for that rumour. Talking of Monterey, he's in Sydney. Let's go and visit. And here we are with Jack. So he's going to do a research encounter as well. So we'll move that in here. Can we see it? We can. And let's get that research deck. Come on. He's in a city. The cab driver strikes you as suspicious, but you cannot determine why. Test observation. We're getting a lot of observation tests, aren't we? So, what's his observation? It is 3. Does he get any bonuses? Oh, he gets a bonus from the Agent of Secrets. So, that is +1 observation, and he can re-roll on an observation. So, that is going to be 4 dice. Coolness. 4 dice and a re-roll. Come on, Jack. Whoa, don't even need the re-roll, because I'm rolling like a demon, baby. If you pass, you realise... Oops. If you pass, you realise the carved soapstone hanging from his mirror is a relic of the Elder Things. Gain this clue. And there is the fail condition. So there you go. Not sure what that noise is. There you are. Second, some weird noise. Just going to check it out. Strange, don't know if you could hear that. I think it's a radiator or something. Odd. Anyway, right, so he's passed and he gained the clue. So there we are. So that was an excellent encounter phase. We've picked up every single clue. We passed absolutely everything. We're amazing. Righto, next up, the laugh and chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. So let's get the laugh and chuckle deck and see what we're going to get. I reckoning we were due one. Right, so we've got to move the omen track. Get that out of the way. The omen track goes onto a blue constellation. We have 1 gate that is a blue constellation. So Doom moves to 14, unfortunately. We then have the good old reckoning itself, tentacles as well. Damn it. Right, reckoning. So first of all, monsters. Do we have any? Ignore the cultists. They have the symbol, but with the elder things, they do not have a reckoning. The flying polyp, I think it's moved to the nearest gate. It's already on a gate, so it's not going to move. That's fine. There are no other monsters. So then we move on to Mythos cards, I believe. Is that right? Oh, ancient one. But there are none on the Rise of the Elder Things, so we're fine. So we can go straight to the Mythos. Place a sanity token on this card, and then everybody loses 1 sanity for each sanity token on this card. Now, not everybody is going to lose sanity, because Wendy has the crystal of the Elder Things, so she's not going to lose any. But Jenny loses 1, Rex loses 1, and Jack loses 1. So there we go. Jenny is the only one in a particularly bad way. She's only got 2 left. So she's going to have to think up something pretty sharpish. Though I suppose she could have a fresh fruit or something as an action. I think it's an action to use it. So she can rest or something next turn probably. I shall leave that up to Doug. Right, so we've done that. And, oh, that's what we've got to do. Put this as a marker on it, haven't we? So there we go. It has got a single sanity token on it. So that's the Mythos cards. There's no others outstanding, is there? What else? Possessions and conditions. Yes, our favourite bit. Right. We've got tons of stuff. So let's have a look. Wendy doesn't have any, so she's fine. Jenny has nothing with a reckoning symbol on either, Rex has got his cursed condition. Is there anything else on Rex? No. Is there... Oh, we've got two spells for Rex. Sorry, for Monty. Right, so those are Monty's. That's Rex's. We'll do Rex first. Oh, I didn't use Rex's cursed dice, did I? I think he rolled a 6 though, didn't he? I hope so. I'll catch that in editing. I may be back shortly to redo, to do a couple of re-rolls for Rex. I forgot he was, how could I forget he was cursed? But I think he did roll a 6, so hopefully he'll be fine. Right, anyway, enough of that. He's got a roll for that cursed condition now. Wants a 4, 5 or 6. Yes! So he gets rid of his cursed condition, except it comes straight back. But it does mean he can increase one of his stats. He is going to increase his will. So his will is going to go up to 4. And he gets an additional clue. So there we go, it's got a clue. Oh, it's come in handy. And because we've got a sanity on that rumour card now, that means we only need to put 3 clues on it. So we don't even have to use all our clues. Despite the fact we've picked quite a few up this turn. Right, these two. Right, let's do forced learning first. For Jack. On a reckoning test law, then flip this card. What is his law? His law is 4. And he gets an additional die for Enoch and an additional die for the Agent of Secrets. So that is 6 dice. It is a test. Yes, test law. So he's going to get 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that, 4 successes. Come on, let's have something pretty good. So it was forced learning we were doing, wasn't it? 3 plus. Your mind is open to all knowledge. No additional effect. All right. Cool. But let's see what may happen next time. After learning so much, it becomes difficult to remember it all. If you rolled any 1s, discard this card. So it's just losing the card, isn't it? Or losing a sanity. That'd be nasty, 1 or 2. But yes, we got 4 successes, so that one's fine. Now it's Azure Flame. Is it the same? Test law? Yep. So let's hope we get the same results. 6 dice again. Woo! Better re-roll that one. Still got 4 anyway. 5. God, how well have I rolled this turn? That is just amazing. Right, so he's got 5 successes. So again, we're at 3 plus. You are able to cast the flames across the horizon to vanquish the horrors that have invaded the earth. The nearest monster loses 2 health. Brilliant. What if we'd got 0? We'd have got an injury condition. If we'd got 1 to 2, we'd have lost 1 health, unless we wanted to gain an injury condition. But the nearest monster loses 2 health. The nearest monster to him, he's in Sydney. So it'd be 1, 2, 3 to the Amazon. 1, 2, 3 to the Himalayas. So he doesn't want to kill any of the cultists. He gets to choose because they're equidistant. So this guy is going to lose 2 health, which is fab. So we'll put those on there. So it only has 2 health left. What an amazing set of rolls there by Monty. That is brilliant. I don't think he's got anything else that he has to roll for. He doesn't. That is the end of the reckoning part of the Mythos card. We get a gate. We've got a few too many gates, I think. Let's see where this one's going. Miskatonic Outpost right on top of Jenny. Oh dear. So let's use our really funky gate holder for that one. So there we go. Miskatonic Outpost. After all that, you can't even see it, it's on the corner of the board. We get a monster. And it is a mummy, except it's not going to stay at the Miskatonic Outpost because it's got a green tentacle on it, and surprisingly enough it's going to the pyramids. But it's another pretty tough monster. It's a pretty tough monster. And there he goes to the pyramids. Woo! Next, let's find out the really bad news. Ever since you arrived here, you have felt the call of the other world. An entire land of wonders awaits you just past the threshold, and you find yourself unable to resist the temptation any longer. Wanderlust. Event. Each investigator on a space containing a gate tests will -2. Oh dear, that is Jenny. Right. Jenny has got a test. Will -2. Safe to say we'll be using a couple of those 6s she's got there. Her will is 3. I don't think she gets any benefits. So we'll take 3 of these 6s to do the test. 2, 3. Oh, it was -2, wasn't it? So it's only 1 dice. Ah! Come on. Oh, damn. Now, it is a test. It says test. So I'm sure that she can use her focus token. I think that is right. Let me know. But it does say she tests will. So if it's a test, I think you can use your focus. So let's use another 6. Yes! Done it! Let me know if you can't do that though. I think you can use focus because it states it's a test. So yeah, I think so, because like you focus yourself to make sure that you don't go through the gate by the sounds of it. So if they fail, didn't, gains a lost in time and space condition, so we don't. Even if we did, I think there's something that we could stop. Could stop that. Wendy could have stopped it, I think. Or can she only do it for herself? It doesn't matter anyway, because we managed to roll. Managed to re-roll and pass. So that is the end of that card. And that is the end of the laugh and chuckle phase. Woohoo! So, good turn. Excellent turn, in fact. There was just some amazing rolling there. Near the end, I thought we might run out of luck at the end there with Jenny, but she managed to get a 6 on the re-roll, so that's fantastic. So we've lost a bit of sanity because of that horrible rumour, and Jenny's in a bit of trouble. She's only on 2 sanity, but hopefully Monterey Jack, he can get to that rumour next turn and he can plonk 3 clues on it, hopefully. Let's just check. So, as an encounter, the investigator on Space 3 may search the corpse city of Relay for the cause of the maddening dreams. He may spend clues equal to the investigators to solve this rumour. He may spend 1 fewer clue for each sanity token on this card, and it's got a sanity token on it, so he only needs to spend 3. He already has 2 in his possession, and if Rex can get down to Squidney, Rex can trade him a clue before he moves on. So that basically it means Jenny doesn't even have to meet up with him. We did have a sort of contingency plan where she would go to Sydney as well, but Rex has got 2 clues and Monty's got 2 clues, so we've got more than enough clues to solve that rumour next turn. As I say, fantastic turn. The only fly in the ointment is Jenny being on 2 sanity. We have got Eldritch token on the mystery. Hopefully Wendy will be able to finish that off next go. So turn 11 is going to be a big turn. We want to get rid of the rumour and we want to finish our second mystery. So good stuff all round, fantastic. Okie dokie, so that is it for turn 10. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the views, all the subscriptions, and I'd like to thank you for all the help and support. It's been fabulous. Thank you. Any errors? Please let me know. I've got to check that roll for Rex. I think he got a 6. I forgot to use the red dice, but I think he got a 6. I'll check that in editing. Any other errors or things that you may have noticed, by all means, please let me know and I will try and fix it for next turn. Any advice or tips or strategies, please let us know either in the comments or over on the Tube Tables thread for the game. That would be fabulous. Thank you. Also, big thanks go out to all those who have upvoted the site at Board Game Links. Thank you very much. And I hope you will join me for turn 11. As I say, looks like it's going to be a biggie. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.